Hello, listeners, and welcome to Youth Ventures podcast, PDX Business Spotlight. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of PDX Business Spotlight. Today, we are so delighted to welcome Dr. Kapoor, who is the founder and owner of Om Integrative Medicine. So, Dr. Kapoor, could you please give an overview of who you are, what your business is about, and how you got started?
Thank you, Gauri. This is such an honor and a privilege to talk to you. I am a naturopathic physician in the state of Oregon, and I work in primary care integrative medicine. What that means is we combine both holistic as well as conventional care, and we serve the needs of all genders, all ages, from pediatrics to geriatrics. And we are a small business where it's primarily me, a nurse that I've hired, and my office manager, and other people that we might need as independent contractors. But this is the culmination of my passion, and I really enjoy what I do.
And Dr. Kapoor, who or what inspired you to start your business?
So I can't say that one person or one event motivated me to start my business. It's intrinsically what we do, where we don't put band-aids on symptoms, but treat the whole person. And to do that, we want to open it up for people to come in and tell us their stories so we can work with them to reverse any damage that have been done by chemical, emotional, and other physical triggers. So this business is not really just a money-making gimmick. It is very much a culmination of my passion and what we can do to further the health of people around me. So I graduated from medical school, and this was the logical thing for me to do because this bypasses all bureaucracy. I didn't have to seek permission and as such from anyone. I just could run with my ideas, and I got sick after I graduated. And the things which helped me, I felt like needed to be shared with my patients. So this gave me the opportunity to open up a business where I could add in things that are helpful and, just run with it.
Wow, Dr. Kapoor, I really love how you really followed your passions throughout your journey and you were able to complete medical school and follow your passion truly and open up your own clinic and follow through with that. That's super cool.
Thank you, Gauri.
And Dr. Kapoor, how has being a person of color affected your business, either positively or negatively?
That is such a sweet question. So I celebrate being a person of color because of the rich heritage that I have been given from birth. And also I feel privileged and I'm very secure in knowing who I am in this world. And so I would say that this has only positively affected me. I have never been discriminated against. If anything, I feel like I have earned the trust and the respect of my peers, my colleagues, friends. And it's been a real joy to be a person of color, to be able to cater to the needs of other people of color or other minorities. And also, it's never even dawned on me until you just asked me that, I'm a person of color. So I don't know if I'm answering that right, but it's been an absolute joy.
I'm really glad that you weren't able to face any opposition or any negativities. And I'm super glad that you have really used being a person of color as a thing to celebrate, not as a negative thing.
Absolutely. Thank you for acknowledging that.
And Dr. Kapoor, the pandemic truly had a huge impact on all of our lives, but it definitely impacted businesses the most. For example, it forced so many businesses to shut their doors, while it also opened a lot of new avenues for other businesses, for example, like opening online shops. So, how has the pandemic affected your business? Has it had any upsides or downsides?
So, it has been very challenging, as you rightly pointed out, for everyone, with the social distancing, the uncertainty of what's to come. Luckily for me, I probably just closed for a week. This is 2 years ago. But with the way that I work, I don't need to necessarily see people in person. I cater to the needs of people remotely. I have international patients all over the world. So for me, I decided that I'm not going to close doors. I'm just going to revert to telemedicine. So that has been, completely good. And also insurance. I have an insurance-based model. I'm in network with most insurances in Oregon, at least. And insurances have fortunately still worked with telemedicine codes for us where we can bill their insurance. And I've offered lots of discounts, done a lot of pro bono work for people who can't afford me at this time when they lost their jobs and other things. So it has affected us, but it hasn't really, affected us financially in a big way, just emotionally.
Yeah, I'm really glad that there wasn't like much downsides and not much of a negative impact because of the pandemic. And you were kind of able to still continue serving all of your patients, including the international ones.
Correct. And not only that, Gauri, it's in a way, people were so wanting to help their health that they didn't want to rely on what was, promoted in the media. So the upside was that people wanted to know more natural ways of helping themselves, alternatives. There was a lot of unknown. We don't have research on COVID-19, enough research because it was such a new virus that came about. But people really were seeking answers. So this gave me an opportunity to do my research, to go back to the basics and really help people in a bigger way.
Wow, I'm really glad that this was able to bring so much positivity into your business and you were able to share your business and your story with so many new patients as well.
Thank you.
And Dr. Kapoor, what advice might you have for young entrepreneurs, especially young entrepreneurs of color? And what are some experiences you could talk about that might motivate or inspire them?
Wow, that's a pretty tall order. So I'll talk about my life, the way I lead it, and I feel like I am one of the happiest people I know. So my advice is to live out your joy, to find something that would make you passionate and also take you to that new level of fulfillment that is not offered in the general world that we live in these days. And it shouldn't be money that you chase. It should be your passion because money will always follow. So that's really my biggest advice, that follow and live out your passion. So find things that make you excited about what you do, if it is in healthcare or in business or whatever it is that brings you joy, live it out. Find mentors, find people who will support you, and don't let anybody tell you it's impossible. The impossible is the most fun to achieve. So go and bring it on.
Definitely. And listeners, Dr. Kapoor is probably one of the biggest examples of that because she truly did like follow her passions throughout and she's definitely so successful now.
Thank you, Gauri. And I do want to say that, life is never easy, but you really have, if you believe in who you are, you would have the courage to go against the flow. So I got into a very prestigious medical school, MD, and I declined it because I was too familiar with the politics which go into healthcare, and it was not good enough. I wanted to, provide healthcare which was more complete, more holistic, and which stoked my imagination. And it was extremely hard because my parents were like, "That's the most foolish thing they have heard, to give up such a prestigious medical school seat." But I just decided I'm going to listen to myself, to my soul, literally. And I couldn't do what I had set out to do. So I just forcefully went ahead, was stubborn, but ultimately I can't tell you how happy I am. Another point in case, I was a state level athlete. I had all sorts of things I could do. But now I got Lyme disease and other things which prevented my mobility. But given that, it's probably one of the best things I did in going into alternative care, where I can combine the best of both worlds and I can continue to do what I'm absolutely passionate about. I'm happiest during the weekdays. Weekends, I'm like, what do I do with myself?
And Dr. Kapoor, what are some of the most common conditions that you treat?
That is an awesome question, too. I see everything from common colds and allergies to complex chronic conditions, neurodegenerative conditions, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancers, everything.
Wow.
And in my clinic, we offer so many different modalities that it serves everyone. We have things like nutritional IV therapy, 10-pass ozone treatment, which is a pretty cutting edge, radical way of working with your underlying conditions, infrared saunas, Ayurvedically inspired detox. That's something I've brought on, in my study with a lot of different masters in India. Homeopathy. Take a look at my website. It's www.omintegrativemedicine, all one word, .com, or my name, Shalini Kapoor. I'm a naturopath, so ND, MPH. If you just look me up, you'll be able to find all sorts of blogs I've written, things we do, modalities we offer, and also conditions we treat. But in primary care, as a naturopath, we really uncover the base things that most people struggle with, from common things to very complex conditions. So there is nothing that we don't treat.
Wow. So, listeners, I definitely encourage you to go to the link in our podcast description box and visit Dr. Kapoor's website. And you'll find that she does treat like so many different types of conditions. So, she's definitely the best primary care provider for you. And Dr. Kapoor, how can people support your business?
You can certainly go to my website. If you have any questions, send me an email, schedule a 15-minute free consult with me. I can definitely answer questions, and you can decide if I would be a good fit for your health.
Additionally, Dr. Kapoor does post a lot of blog posts or videos explaining her therapies, so I definitely encourage you to check out her social media pages. We will also be linking them in the podcast description box once again, so definitely go check out all her social media, follow, like, comment, and support her in any way you can.
Thank you, Gauri, for the shout out.
Dr. Kapoor, are there any special projects or anything else that you would like to plug?
Well, I think the whole clinic is my plug. Visit it and see and come by and say hello. And of course, telemedicine, wherever your viewers are, I'm able to cater to their needs. So even if you just want to ask questions to see if I might be a good fit, I'm happy to write out emails, texts, whatever. My clinic's phone number is 503-951-8008. And everything, all my contact details are on my website. So, Gauri, thank you for this opportunity. I feel like a lot of people don't know about me. My closest friends and patients say I'm the best kept secret in town, which is quite a joy to hear, but also sad that I'm not able to reach out to everybody that I would like to.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kapoor, for joining us on this episode. It was definitely an honor to interview you and spotlight your clinic.
Thank you, Gauri. This was such a pleasure for me too.
And listeners, that is it from PDX Business Spotlight, and please be sure to join us in the next episode. Thank you for listening to PDX Business Spotlight by Youth Venture, and we hope to see you in the next episode.